Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to North Carolina. This is my house. I'm Fantasia. You guys come on in. I'm just hanging out with my family.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's headline brings us face to face with the story of Fantasia Barrino, a woman whose rise from humble beginnings to international stardom has captivated millions and whose lifestyle today reflects a journey filled with resilience, controversy, and triumph. From the electrifying stage of American Idol, where she stunned judges and audiences alike, to the quiet elegance of her Charlotte, North Carolina mansion, Fantasia has built more than just a career. She has crafted a legacy rooted in determination and authenticity. In 2025, her net worth sits at approximately $1 million, a figure that, while modest compared to Hollywood's elite, tells a powerful story of a self-made star who fought through struggles many would never overcome. Her home, her cars, and her very presence are extensions of her journey, symbols of what she has endured and what she has become. But behind the glitz and glamour lies a narrative that demands attention, the scars of a turbulent youth, the explosive breakthrough that changed her life forever, the struggles that nearly ended her career, and the resilience that kept her moving forward. In this report, we will walk you through her transformation piece by piece, fact by fact, offering a close look at the woman behind the headlines and the world she has built. Make no mistake, this is not merely the story of an entertainer, but a chronicle of survival and strength, of a voice that rose from the ashes to sing louder than ever. Reporting live from the roots of Fantasia Barrino's story, we go back to High Point, North Carolina, where she was born into a family deeply entrenched in music. Raised by Diane and Joseph Barrino, Fantasia's household reverberated with the sounds of soul and gospel, a foundation that foreshadowed her destiny. Her cousins, Casey and JoJo of the iconic 90s R&B duo Jodeci, and her uncles, members of the Barrino brothers, created a family tree bursting with musical history. But despite this artistic heritage, Fantasia's early years were anything but easy. She suffered a traumatic assault by a classmate during high school, a devastating event that pushed her to drop out, and at the tender age of 16, she gave birth to her daughter Zion, suddenly thrust into the responsibilities of motherhood. These challenges could have easily silenced her ambition, yet they became the fire that ignited her willpower. With limited resources and a heavy heart, Fantasia clung to her dream of singing, her voice echoing through hardship as the one constant in a life marked by upheaval. For the young girl from High Point, the odds stacked high, but her passion for music burned higher, preparing her for the moment when the entire nation would finally hear her. In 2004, the television world watched as Fantasia Barrino stepped into the spotlight on American Idol, and what followed was one of the most riveting seasons in the show's history. With her soulful performance of Summertime, Fantasia delivered not just a song but a revelation, her voice trembling with pain, soaring with emotion, and piercing through millions of hearts across America. Viewers saw a young woman who had endured more than her share of struggles, now standing with poise and power, channeling every ounce of her story into music. Judges were floored, and Simon Cowell, known for his cutting criticism, declared her the best contestant ever to appear on any talent competition. By the season finale on May 26, 2004, the numbers told the story. Over 65 million votes were cast, shattering records, with Fantasia edging out Diana DeGarmo by just 1.3 million votes. At only 19 years old, she became the youngest winner in Idol's history at the time, setting off fireworks not just on stage, but in the trajectory of her life. That victory wasn't just a title, it was redemption, proof that her hardships had not broken her, but shaped her into a force to be reckoned with. The country was introduced not just to a singer, but to a survivor whose journey was only beginning. Following her American Idol triumph, Fantasia wasted no time in capitalizing on her newfound fame. Her debut album, Free Yourself, released in 2004, earned her 3 Grammy nominations and positioned her as more than just another reality TV success story. It proved her artistry had staying power. She went on to collaborate with industry titans like Missy Elliott and Babyface, releasing tracks that resonated on radio and within the R&B community. In 2006, she starred in her own Lifetime biopic, Life is Not a Fairy Tale, the Fantasia Barrino story, attracting over 19 million viewers, a testament to the fascination surrounding her life. Her Broadway debut in The Color Purple the following year drew critical acclaim, with her portrayal of Sally praised for its raw emotion and authenticity. But the pressures of fame were relentless. And in 2010, tragedy struck when Fantasia was hospitalized after an overdose in what was later confirmed as a suicide attempt. The shocking incident brought her vulnerabilities into the public eye, reminding fans and critics alike that behind the powerhouse vocals was a woman struggling to cope with crushing expectations, family conflicts, and the weight of public scrutiny. Her career continued, but it was clear that Fantasia's story was not just about success, it was also about survival in the face of overwhelming pressure. Emerging from the depths of personal crisis, Fantasia began to rebuild both her career and her life, a process that would define the next stage of her journey. She addressed her struggles openly, speaking about the pressures of fame and her battle with depression, and in doing so became an advocate for resilience. Her memoir, Life Is Not a Fairy Tale, revealed her challenges with literacy, sparking discussions about education, poverty, and the overlooked struggles of many young people in America. Her father's lawsuit against her over the book's claims added legal battles to her already heavy load, but Fantasia did not retreat. Instead, she doubled down on her music, releasing albums that reaffirmed her artistry and embarking on tours that reminded audiences of the unmatched power of her live performances. Projects like Back to Me and The Definition Of marked her comeback, showcasing a voice that not only survived adversity, but grew richer and deeper because of it. By turning her pain into art, Fantasia reinforced her reputation not only as a singer, but as a storyteller of struggle and survival. Her rebirth on stage was a testament to her grit, showing the world that resilience is louder than any setback. As her career progressed, Fantasia's body of work earned her not only commercial success, but critical recognition. In 2012, VH1 honored her as one of the 100 greatest women in music, a nod to her influence on the industry. That same year, she collaborated with Andrea Bocelli, further proving her vocal versatility, and shared stages with legends like Patti LaBelle and Aretha Franklin. Back in her home state, the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame inducted her, cementing her legacy in the very soil where her journey began. Such accolades were more than trophies. They were validations of her perseverance, acknowledgments that despite the ups and downs, she had carved a place among the greats. Fantasia's ability to weave gospel, soul, jazz, and R&B together gave her a unique identity, setting her apart as one of the most dynamic performers of her generation. For an artist who began as a teenage mother facing seemingly insurmountable odds, these recognitions painted a portrait of triumph, one that underscored her importance not just as an entertainer but as a cultural figure. In Charlotte, North Carolina, Fantasia built not just a house but a sanctuary, a home that reflects her bold personality and southern elegance. Spanning over 4,500 square feet, this brick estate sits on a half-acre lot overlooking the picturesque Piper Glen Golf Course, combining natural serenity with luxurious living. Inside, the house boasts 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms, but its true character lies in the personal touches Fantasia infused throughout. One bedroom was converted into a glamorous dressing room, a space befitting a star with her fashion-forward sense, while other rooms feature daring design choices such as black painted walls and casino-style carpeting, bold statements that mirror her fearless artistry. The house, valued between $600,000 and $800,000 in Charlotte's competitive real estate market, is more than just property. It's a reflection of her journey, from humble beginnings to a woman who can now call such elegance her own. The home stands as both a financial investment and a personal symbol of how far she has come, a retreat where she can recharge and enjoy the fruits of her resilience. If her house tells the story of elegance, her garage speaks volumes about her taste for power and prestige. Fantasia's car collection includes some of the most luxurious vehicles on the market, each one a statement of her personality and status. At the top sits the 2020 Mercedes-Benz G-Class, known widely as the G-Wagon, a rugged yet luxurious SUV that reflects both toughness and sophistication, much like Fantasia herself. Complementing it is the crown jewel, a 2025 Rolls-Royce Ghost, a vehicle that redefines luxury with its handcrafted interiors, starlit ceilings, and a powerful V12 engine that purrs with grace. This car is not merely transportation, it's a mobile palace, a bold declaration of success. Rounding out her fleet is the Mercedes-Benz C-Class Coupe, sleek and sporty, perfect for casual outings while still turning heads on the streets. Together, these vehicles showcase a blend of power, elegance, and style, reflecting the many dimensions of Fantasia's identity. Her cars are not just machines, they are rolling symbols of a life rebuilt, of a woman who has learned to embrace luxury without forgetting the struggles that brought her here. Beyond the stage and the spotlight, Fantasia's personal life has often been the subject of public fascination. After past relationships that included links to NFL player Michael Clayton, she found enduring love with Kendall Taylor, a businessman she married in 2015. Their union has become a cornerstone of stability in her life, a partnership built on mutual support and shared resilience. Together, they welcomed a daughter in 2021, expanding Fantasia's family alongside her older children and creating a home filled with love and growth. But Fantasia has never shied away from controversy. In 2019, she sparked nationwide debate during an interview on The Breakfast Club, where her views on traditional gender roles in relationships ignited both praise and criticism. Whether applauded for her candor or condemned for her conservatism, one thing became clear: Fantasia has never played it safe when expressing her truth. Her personal life, marked by love, challenges, and controversy, mirrors the dualities of her career: unpredictable, raw, and always authentic. And now, in the most inspiring chapter yet, Fantasia has come full circle. After years of publicly sharing her struggles with literacy, she made the courageous decision to enroll at Central State University to study business. This step was more than academic, it was symbolic, a declaration that growth has no deadline, and that education is a path open at any age. For a woman who once dictated her autobiography because she struggled with reading and writing, returning to the classroom represents a triumph far greater than any award or album sales. It is proof that Fantasia Barrino's legacy is not defined solely by her music, but by her resilience, her willingness to confront her weaknesses, and her refusal to let her past dictate her future. Today, she stands not just as a Grammy-winning singer or a Broadway star, but as a beacon of perseverance, a role model for anyone who has ever felt defeated by life's challenges. Her journey from a struggling teen mother in North Carolina to a successful artist, mother, wife, and student is one of the most compelling narratives in modern music history, and it continues to unfold with each new chapter she writes.